Hey guys, welcome back to Local Music Somewhere. I'm Jess with rBeatz, and today in the studio we have Jack Burns with us.
How's
Jack,
it going?
Going good. How are you?
Oh, doing great. Doing
Doing
great.
great. So, Jack, you are one of the most innately talented musicians that I know. And
thank
am so happy to have you on here today. I want to talk about the music that you have done, the music that you're working on, and what it's all about. So just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been raised kind of more rural. I'm kind of from the country, and I just got into music, I guess, around 8 years old, and I just couldn't stop after that. You know, I picked up the drums first, and then it was like I got to play guitar. Now I got to play piano, bass, and just all kind of came together naturally. And
yeah. Oh, and
so blessed.
I've seen the videos of you being super small and just figuring everything out. I think it was a Journey song or something, and you're putting both hands together on the keyboard.
Yeah.
It's just a natural thing for you, you know? It's fun to watch. So you've been playing out a lot, too. You play electric guitar. You also sing.
Yep.
I mean, you really do everything. And now at this point, you're recording new stuff. So kind of tell me more about that.
Well, there's a new studio up in Kannapolis coming out. Actually, there's a party this Saturday. They're having a grand opening. It's called Wallbanger Studios, and I've been up there recording the new stuff with some session players and a little bit of some of my own stuff too. Still playing like keys by myself and stuff like that. But it's a really cool mix, and it's definitely different from the last album, so it's exciting.
Yeah, the last album, Nowhere in 19, and that was 2021 that came out there. A lot of great songs on there. You guys definitely need to make sure you check it out. There's so many influences with you. You kind of dip into different things. I know Prince is a big influence for you, right?
Oh yeah, I love Prince.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it comes through. I feel like on Jen, it was one of my favorite songs. Yeah. So that whole statement was made in 2021. So now with this stuff, we're moving into like maybe a new direction. Can you tell me how different it's sounding versus the last project?
Well, I guess with the last project, I had some funky stuff. I had some pop stuff, some electronic stuff going on, and I love that stuff. But this time I really wanted to make something a little more rock and more natural, so we got all live drums and, guitar solos and that sort of thing. So
I want to hear that from you. That's cool. I didn't realize. We were talking about these session musicians, so you're cutting things a little differently than the last album.
Yeah.
What is that like to present the song to this group and then have them execute it? That's different than building track upon track. So tell me more about that.
Well, it's a lot faster that way, honestly, because, going through and like, all right, I'm playing the drums. All right, going to the bass, going to this, this is like, okay, this is how it goes. Let's get a few takes out of this and just see what happens, when, one of us might mess up or whatever, but it's that funk. It's that, that's rock and roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
That's cool. So do you feel like, having the session musicians there, it brings, maybe more or something different to the idea when you're hearing it come together,
Oh, definitely. Because, I've got it in my head how I want these songs to go, kind of, how everything. And then they come in and, they're going to put their own idea on it. It's going to be a little different. And I love that personally because it's like, oh, they have this perspective on it. And it's not just about me. Yeah. It's more
about
universal that way.
Yeah.
And it's about the song and how somebody else feels about it and bringing that energy.
That's great. Yeah. I'm so excited to hear. So Jack, you have been playing and doing this for, like you said, your whole life for a good while. This new album that you're working on, you said you're going to go to Wallbanger Studio, Kannapolis, and we're cutting it there with the studio musicians.
Yep.
So you play out a lot, I feel, right? So you were just in the Keys and you played down there in Florida, and I know you play around Albemarle. Do you feel like, how different is that for you recording this and then playing it live? Like, do you like one more than the other?
I'd like to say that I like recording more, but then I'll be in the studio just being like, oh, man, I got that wrong. I got to do this again. Where live, it's just like, that was the song. And you have no other choice. That's how it was. Yeah. And sometimes it's better that way, you know, just getting it naturally out. Yeah. But I do love recording. I love all of it because then you're getting into other production details and,
right. Yeah.
Fascinates me.
Building everything. That's great. So, and today you're going to be playing a little acoustic set for us here, right? You're going to be doing Say So.
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm very excited.
My
to
last
hear.
album. Yep.
Yeah. So, off the last album. So when we're talking about the new stuff, do you have anything that is kind of like the thematic of it? Is it love songs? Is it like a struggle piece? Or or is it just kind of coming to you?
It's just coming to me, I guess. Yeah. I mean, a little bit of like, some love songs, more rock and love songs that are a little faster.
Really?
One of them's like a little bit slower, and then we got some other songs being like, "Girl, get out of here."
Oh, really? That's great.
Yeah, so a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I can't wait. Do you kind of have an idea of when we can expect this?
Probably in the next month. Yeah.
That quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, we're about done.
Oh my gosh, that's great. So, do you have any plans for we talk about how to handle all the jobs that come with being a musician, because it's like, okay, I got to write the song, I got to record the song, I got to play it, and then I got to write or make all these social media reels and all these other things to get people to even, pay attention, right?
Right.
So, what's your strategy going to be for this release? Have you thought about it?
Just throw it out there and see what happens, and just promote it like crazy.
I have been looking up playlisting recently about how that works with the curators on Spotify and how you can really expand your reach that way.
Yeah.
It's a crazy process when you really get into it. And you can do it on your own. You don't need management or anything like that. But I don't know. I think that's kind of the way to go with getting things out there these days, They're
saying like now you can like get yourself into playlists, I guess, and then that's how you start building it, is getting into a playlist that everybody's listening to.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing too about streaming. Sometimes it's not about that number of streams, it's more about the saves that you actually get, or like those people that stick around for you and like the next thing that you're going to do,
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So if you've got this live album, I'm assuming you're going to put a band together at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here's the thing about Jack. Your environment is so conducive to the musical lifestyle. I've been to your house. I know. I see all the instruments out there. We've got all the sound gear, and you guys are playing all the time. You got family members that play it. I know your sister over here is a singer.
Oh, yeah.
She's
awesome.
Yeah, and she is. But tell me more about what that's like to just be totally infused into music. Because when I go to your house, I feel like it's your whole life,
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, it's been my whole life since I was really young, and just having everything, being surrounded too by instruments. There's a guitar hanging on the wall. There's a piano in this room. There's also a piano in this room, and so naturally you're always picking up this stuff because it's always around. And
do you feel like that helps with the nerves? Like say for example, okay, there's people over and you're just playing your music and people are walking by or they're listening and all of that stuff. I've noticed it's just a very free feeling there. You just play and there's people around. Like, how different do you feel like that environment is versus a stage?
I guess maybe like a stage would be just more like, okay, we're putting it on, like, okay, I'm not just sitting here on the couch diddling. It's like, okay, we gotta, put on something. And
well, because like I know that you guys have done kind of like live house parties stuff there with a group and a band all together, right? And I just can't imagine what that's like to have a completely musical family where you basically can have all the parts together. I mean, you switch from drums. I think you switch around to everything when you guys play together, right?
Oh, yeah. We all do. Liza will get on the drums, too, and play.
Liza on the drums. Yeah. All right. That's cool.
We'll all just swap around.
Yeah. Well, obviously you're a super talented person. I mean, we've, with the vocals and the guitar and all these things that you're doing, I would love to know, where do you see like this music going within like the next year, like what are you trying to do?
I don't really know. I mean, I just want people to enjoy it, and if I can get somebody to feel something I'm trying to say, then that means the world to me alone.
Yeah. Well, I think you're very successful with it. So I cannot wait to see what you do. I'm very much going to stay tuned. You guys definitely check out Jack's Instagram. You're pretty active on there, you know, making sure you upload videos, live stuff, stories, things like that. And you know what? I think what we want to do now is hear you actually play a song live in here. What do you guys think of that? I think that would be
that's
great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jack, thank you so much for coming on to the show today, and I'm so excited to hear you play.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, of course. All right, guys, I'm Jess with Local Music Somewhere, and we'll catch you next time.